Honorable judges, distinguished colleagues, and students, my name is Michael Cunningham, Director of the Legal Studies Division at the World Affairs Council of Austin. It is my privilege to open this preliminary hearing, which we are staging in the format of a moot grand jury. Our purpose today is not to decide the merits of the case, but to determine whether this matter deserves the full attention of the International Court of Justice, a moot grand jury. In doing so, we are also engaging in an educational exercise, one that sharpens critical thinking, strengthens persuasive skills, and connects us directly to the pressing current events that shape our world. Why do we stage hearings like this? Because international law is not abstract, it is lived, contested, and applied in real time. By simulating a preliminary ICJ hearing, our students learn to think critically about jurisdiction and standing, sovereignty, sovereign immunity, and to persuade through structured oral argument, and to engage with current events in a disciplined legal framework. This is not just an academic exercise, it is preparation for leadership in a world where law and diplomacy intersect. Just like a grand jury, this preliminary hearing asks a simple but profound question. Is there sufficient reason for the International Court of Justice to hear this case in full trial? The applicant argues that fundamental principles of sovereignty, treaty validity, and human rights have been violated. The panel of judges will weigh these arguments, these claims, and decide whether the case warrants a full trial before the ICJ. First, the principle of sovereignty. International law is built on the sovereign equality of states. Allegations that sovereignty has been violated, whether through coercion, occupation, or invalid treaties, strike at the heart of the international order. Second, the principle of jurisdiction. The International Court of Justice exists precisely to adjudicate disputes between states when domestic courts cannot provide impartial justice. If jurisdiction is contested, the court itself must decide. Third, the principle of human rights and humanitarian law. When individuals are detained, tried, or punished under questionable circumstances, the international community has a duty to examine whether those actions comply with the Geneva Conventions and other binding norms. Finally, the principle of precedent. Past International Court of Justice cases, from Nicaragua versus United States to jurisdictional immunities of the state, demonstrate that the court must hear disputes that implicate sovereignty, immunity, and treaty validity. To refuse would be to abdicate its role. Members of this moot grand jury, the question before you is not whether the applicant is right or wrong, it is whether the issues raised, sovereignty, jurisdiction, treaty validity, and human rights, are serious enough to warrant the full attention of the International Court of Justice. I submit to you that they are. The stakes are high, the principles are fundamental, and the precedents are clear. For these reasons, we respectfully urge that this case proceed to trial before the International Court of Justice. Thank you.